Hey guys, welcome on in. This is the Soul Room. My name is Trishelle, and we're going to do an episode of our new series called Root Work Readings. This is where we implement nature in with the tarot. So it's going to be nature and spirit. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to recommend you take any kind of supplements or any kind of herbs or anything. The decks that we use, they do incorporate different plants and things like that, but it's not any kind of diet recommendation. It's just all about energy. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see what's in the energy today for you guys. What wants to come through? What do we need to know today? So the first thing out is the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. All right. These messages are going to be messages that you need to hear but don't want to hear. It's going to kind of be like sandpaper. So expect the messages to show you something that maybe you don't really like what I have to say, type of thing. It's going to be like sandpaper. It needs to be smoothed out. Let me use this deck. It needs to be smoothed out, but it's not comfortable. All right, let's see. Actually, can't make up our minds over here, I guess. Okay. So I feel like I'm supposed to start with this one. This is one of our botanical oracle decks. Let's see what wants to come out with these. With the Six of Wands. This is the card that came out. These cards are so pretty. This is Apple Blossoms. And on this card, Apple Blossoms represents choices, knowledge, and illumination. And then the quote that's on here says, "White are the flowers of apple trees that bring us fruits of fertility." Okay. So I'm going to put this with the Six of Wands right here. Okay. Something else that we need to know with this deck. Are we done with this deck? Hydrangeas. Hydrangea says thankfulness and understanding. Before we can forgive one another, we have to understand one another. And that's a quote from Emma Goldman. That's a great quote. All right. So let's see what else with the tarot wants to come out. What else with the tarot wants to come out today for our root work readings? What wants to come out? I love using these cards, but they're so hard to shuffle. Okay, so the Three of Cups wants to come out. So that's a great energy. It's all about friendship and celebrations, maybe specifically a party. All right. What else? What else do we have today? So the Six of Swords in reverse wants to come out. And so the Six of Swords is about holding on to the past. It's about stagnation, not letting go. So maybe two sixes came out. So maybe 666 is a number for you. Maybe sixes in general is a specific number for you. But also maybe you're reminiscing on something that happened to you in the past that maybe it happened around a friend group that you're holding on to. Let's do this oracle deck. It is my Green Witches Tarot oracle deck, and it's a great deck. What wants to come out here with the sixes? Okay. These three wanted to come out. So we got leaves, tend, and cauldron came out, which is great because Halloween was this weekend. So cauldron came out. Cauldron says creation, opportunity, and caring. Okay. Leaves says renewal, revival, and progress. And then tend, maintenance, encouragement, and guidance. Okay. So those are really good energies to go with the Six of Swords in reverse. This is something that, maybe it hurt you, maybe it was a betrayal, maybe it was something that you're just holding on to that happens that you don't want to happen again. But it's something that needs dug up. We always dig the root out, the root cause of what happened, dig it out, and allow that renewal and that revival to come in. And I really like that the cauldron is here because it says opportunity, but it also says care. So this is something, that you cared about at one time. And if it hurts, you're still caring. So that is a good thing, let your emotions, feel your emotions. So what else is here with this? Move these over. What else do we need to know here with this? The Two of Pentacles came out. Okay. So the Two of Pentacles is about finding balance. The card literally says, how can you find balance between your work and your personal life? So maybe this is something that you're trying to do. You're trying to hold, let go of the past. Maybe in the past you were more about your friends or your personal life, and now you want to be more focused on work. Let's see, what else is here with this? What else do we need to know? Three cards came out. So we got the Devil, the Lovers, and the Nine of Cups. Okay. So the Devil can also come out as an addiction to, it can come as an addiction to anything, but it does say materialism on the card. So maybe this is something that you've struggled with in the past of, focusing more on personal life and spending instead of focusing on a career or a job or just money in general. And we have the Nine of Cups here, and we have the Lovers. So the Lovers, yes, can be about a love connection, but it can also be about choices, and it can also be about harmony. So maybe the temptation with materialism was there, but you were wanting harmony and you were wanting that wish fulfillment of a career also. So let's see what's here with this. What do we have? Tell us more. Yeah. So the King of Pentacles is in reverse. The King of Pentacles is somebody who's really stingy with their money. They're not generous. So maybe this has been you in the past, or maybe this is somebody that you're dealing with. It can be either way. Take what resonates. The Seven of Wands wants to come out. So the Seven of Wands is all about persevering, but it can also be about being on the defense in competition. So maybe you are feeling challenged right now. Maybe you're feeling like this is a challenge to focus more on money than on partying or just spending in general. Okay, what is this? What else is here? What else is here? So the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is wanting, it came right after the Seven of Wands. So maybe this is a challenge for you to get your independence back and to feel self-sufficient again. You know, maybe this has been something that you've been wanting to do. You've been wanting to figure out how you can do this. Yeah. The Queen of Cups came out. So the Queen of Cups is somebody who's highly intuitive. She's also somebody who's very loving. It's a very loving energy. And she's somebody who's really generous. So my guess is that's something that you either are or you've been wanting to be, especially with the generosity, because that's here with Three of Wands, or the Three of Cups, excuse me. So it's also about balancing your head over your heart. So it's, you know, being in the heart space and allowing yourself to really feel your emotions. Clarify for me what the devil represents. What's the devil representing here? So two things wanted to come out. So Justice came out in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles came out in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse can be, yes, laziness. It can be procrastination, but it can just also be stagnation. And Justice in reverse is some kind of imbalance. Yes, it can be dishonesty. It can be unfairness. It's just something that is not balanced right now. So let's go over here. I'm going to use this deck and see what wants to come out. What wants to come out for this energy? What do we need to know for this energy for the collective? For this reading. I'm not going to take those. What do we need to know? Take that one. So stimulation came out, and this is the chili plant. I don't know if you can see it. Chili plant. It's also the number 18. And it's just here to remind you that, yes, it's talking about chilies, which can be, you know, it's a hot pepper. So when you eat it, it's hot. But it's also just telling you that this is what you want in your life, is that stimulation. You know, whether you want to get out of stagnation, or with the Knight of Pentacles, you're wanting to get out of that procrastination and move towards, you know, the wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups. Let's see. Let's do another one of these. Give me another one of these. So the chrysanthemum came out, and it says longevity. Yeah. So this tells me that you're wanting to build something long term. You know, you're really wanting that financial independence and that self-sufficiency to be something that's really stable, not something that just you build it and then it's gone. So let me see, what else do we have here? What other messages do we need to know for this reading? Okay. So the Empress came out, Temperance came out, and then the Two of Cups came out in reverse. So I really feel like the energy that you are embodying over here as the Queen of Cups, you're moving towards the Empress. If you're not already in that energy, that's what you're moving into. And you're going to get there with the balance. And there may have been some things in your life that were out of balance that you're needing to, you know, with the Justice reverse, that's telling me maybe things were unfairly done to you, or things were just out of balance in your life in general. And the Temperance card comes in to balance everything out. So once that balance comes into your life, then you'll be sitting like the Empress. That's what this energy is telling me. Let me get one of these. These oracle cards are very fun. All right, give me one of these for this reading. This is from the Wise Witch Oracle deck. Yep, that's perfect. It says balance, right? Which is what this reading is all about. Balance, finding that balance. And the card says harmony with nature is key. Love it. Connect with the elements for balance and wisdom. I love it because that's exactly what this reading is all about, balancing spirit and nature. So I'm here for this reading. If you like this reading, hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.